Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. I tried breaking down the Dynasty stuff. That thing is just way too long for me to do in one video, so we're probably not going to break it down here on the channel. Just an update for you guys on that one. Next week, I think, though, we are getting some type of another deep dive. I think it's going to be gameplay deep dive or Road to Glory deep dive, something along those lines. We're going to try and get that vlog for sure out with you guys, but that vlog is like a whole nother level. It's just like 40 pages long. It's like over 1,600 words. It's insane. I tried to record half of it, but my voice was going out. So we're not going to do that on the channel. Anyway, what we are doing today is we're going to talk some Copa America, and we're going to predict the quarterfinal matchups. It's been set. Team USA is not in it, so I won't have a bias in it. But the two finalists that I had in the finals are still in it, which we'll talk about here in a second. But, again, we're going to be predicting the quarterfinal matchups today. But first, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, obviously be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn that bell on. We do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, of course, really quickly, tomorrow you guys are getting an MLB-themed video. And then Friday, you guys are having Franchise Friday. And then all of next week, you guys are getting a new series, and it's called Predicting the SEC. Every Power 4 conference, and team overall in NCAA 25. So, that's what we're doing next week. You guys can expect that every day. Just a quick little preview. Big Ten is going to be Monday. Tuesday, I think, is the Big 12. Wednesday is the ACC, and then Thursday is the SEC. So, that's what we're doing. And today and next week, that's what you guys are going to get because we are almost close to that game. Really quickly, I am touring the Auburn Football Performance Center on next Friday as well. So that vlog is probably going to come on Monday or Tuesday of next week. And then, of course, the video game comes out of that week as well. So we got a lot that's coming here. LeBron is officially stayed as a Laker. Just a quick update for you Los Angeles Lakers fans out there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into these Copa America predictions and talk about the quarterfinal predictions. Okay, so how we're going to do this, we're going to do quarterfinals and semifinal and then the final as well. So we'll start in the top where we have Argentina versus Ecuador. Guys, I think this one's pretty safe and sound. I think Argentina is going to move on here to the semifinals. Again, Messi, Suarez, that whole group is insane. And they're probably going to have the easiest route in the Copa America history to make the final and try to defend their title. Moving on to the next quarterfinal matchup. That is Venezuela versus Canada. Now, this is going to be a very interesting game. It may go to penalty shootouts, but I do have Canada taking the dub. I think Venezuela can definitely beat Canada. If I'm not mistaken, their group, they were first in their group as well. So Venezuela definitely has a chance. But I just think that Canada has more power to them, and they're going to get the job done against Venezuela. Again, I could totally see Venezuela winning. They're first in their group for a reason, but I just think Canada is going to be one of the ones to upset them and move on to the semifinal matchup against Argentina. Moving on to the next one, though, that is Colombia and Panama. Now, again, I don't know much about these two teams, so I'm going to look at the standings real quick. But Panama came in second in their group, and Colombia came in first in their group as well. So I'm going to go with Colombia here. I think they're the better team. I think Panama definitely has a strong chance. They play the United States really well. Again, the United States losing makes me so mad that I really don't even want to do these predictions, but we got to get them done anyway. Again, I think that Colombia needs to beat Panama to go on to the next round. I think they will and move on to the semifinal matchup. And then, of course, the one that I think is going to be probably the best game of the quarterfinals, and that is Uruguay versus Brazil. This game is going to be like a high-intense matchup. We saw how Uruguay played in the United States. We see how Brazil, that star power, could play against Brazil. I think Uruguay has the edge here. I really do. I think I'm going to go with Uruguay here to beat Brazil here and move on to the semifinal round against Colombia. Alright, moving on to the semifinals. There are two semifinals, of course. That's why it's called the semifinals. Argentina versus Venezuela, or versus Canada, I believe, as well. This is where I think Canada's run to the tournament is going to come to an end here in the first semifinal matchup. Again, it's all fun and games until you play that Argentina team. That Argentina team is stacked. Messi, Suarez, I can name like a ton of players, but I won't go on. Messi and that duo right there, they could score goals, and they're going to do that here against a Canada team who lacks defensive power. They're really good when it comes to striking, midfielder, and stuff like that, but they do not have what it takes against an Argentina team that has strike power and cannot get back on defense as well. So Argentina is going to move on to the final, whereas the second semifinal in this tournament is Colombia, I believe, versus Uruguay, if I have that one correct. And this semifinal matchup, I'm going to go with Uruguay here. I think they're the better team. I think that they got out first place with like 10 points in the group is explained something as well. It explains how good they are. So Uruguay here is going to get the dub against Colombia and move on to the final, or the finals as well. Which brings me to my finals predictions. I'm not going to do a full separate clip for that one, but it is Argentina versus Uruguay. I think Uruguay can beat Argentina, but do I think they will? No. I think Argentina is going to get the job done. It's going to be a tough physical matchup, especially with the pace that Uruguay likes to play as. They can play with anybody. They tried to control that game against the United States, but the United States was already playing at the pace they wanted to play at, and Uruguay basically matched that intensity as well. They can score goals elite. They put up 5 goals on like Bolivia or something, which again, it's Bolivia, but they put 5 goals up on there, explaining, hey, they're really good, they can play, but I think Argentina's star power is too much for that Uruguay defensive line and defensive backs over there, that I think that Argentina is going to reign supreme and become the Copa America champions for 2 times in a row. Anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. Once again, sorry I could not get the Dynasty Deep Dive out for you guys. It's just a lot of reading to do. I'll probably read it on the car ride that I'm going on vacation to, and kind of give thoughts on it on Twitter, on X. So stay tuned. Go follow the X page for that reason as well. Once again, if you are into college football content, be sure to like, subscribe, turn that bell on. We are trying to get to 300 subscribers before the release of this game comes out, and I think the tour of Auburn's Football Performance Center is going to help us with that. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss that one as well. But again, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. Once again, hit that like, subscribe, turn that bell on. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys back on Monday in 2 weeks, because this week it's pre-recorded Thursday, Friday, and then the full next week is also pre-recorded. So I won't see you guys in a live video till about Monday or Tuesday of the next week. So stay tuned for those as well. But once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.